So I'm very excited. Thank you all for coming. We've had 8 Power MORPHICONs, and this is the first time we've had a comic relief characters panel. I'm very excited. Thank you all for coming out. We have some very funny, very talented people here. So starting on my left, you knew him as Piggy from SPD and Toby from Mystic Force. Please welcome Barney Duncan. On his left, you knew her as Jay Borg from Power Rangers, Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, Victoria Abbott. And if you've been to a CVS and gotten a receipt, that is not long enough to have all the roles our other panelist has had. Kelson Henderson. I will start. As actors, I want to know what, growing up, but when you realized you wanted to become an actor, what was the role you saw? It was either a movie or a television show that you thought was just the funniest thing ever, and you thought, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to make people laugh.
First question. Come sit closer to us. Barney's had gum, so you are safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's our fault. Mine, to get into doing acting, it wasn't because of something I saw on television, or it was that my mother was an actress, and I went and saw her in a theatre production when I was maybe 3 or 4, sat in the audience with my dad, watching her. She was dressed up as, she had a costume on and she was playing a character, and I knew, so what, I was like, that's my mum. And no one else knows that that's my mum. Cool. And I thought that was just a really incredible trick that she was playing on everyone. And I was like, she's even speaking different. This is incredible. I want to do that. Just that I liked the trick. I felt that she was playing a trick on everyone. Right. So that's why I decided I wanted to do acting.
You wanted to pull tricks on people.
Yeah.
Precisely. How about you, Victoria?
Well, my parents are decidedly not in the arts, sort of at all. Although my mum did study art history later on, but not making it. And I grew up in London. That's where I was born, and I got to go to like the pantomime season every year, where people would kind of speak directly to the audience, and it was so fun. And then I think I said, oh, this is not so cool. I'll just be honest. I saw Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. And I became absolutely obsessed with Jim Carrey, who was one of the inspirations for Jay Borg's style. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. And I do remember, how many kids are in the audience? Just Lizard, okay. All right, block your ears if you're a kid, but I did run along Sumner Beach in New Zealand yelling out Holy Testicle Tuesday after watching Ace Ventura: Pet Detective with my mum comically running behind me going, we do not say that, we do not say that. So yeah, I guess all of that combined makes the hectic mess that is my career.
I feel like I need to have something that includes testicles now.
Yes,
I already include testicles. It's on the box. Now including testicles.
The bar has been set.
Really low. I'm not sure I ever really intended to do comedy as such. I mean, I guess I am blessed with this space, so it was always kind of likely. But for me, I grew up in the countryside, so like my school, the whole school had less than 100 people, so it's a really small dirt road kind of place. And I used to keep myself amused by recreating movies with all the little figures, and then I'd make all the sequels, and they'd all have different things. And I'd be like, well, he's a G.I. Joe, but he's going to be Darth Vader's new offsider. And then it got really elaborate. Like my parents bought a film camera, and then I was like blowing up things with fireworks for special effects, and like helicopters hung by fishing wires. So that's sort of where I got started with all. I guess everyone had to have their own little voice, and it was all very like, no, he speaks like that. Like, oh no, I've got to go. Yeah, so it's grown from that into somewhat of a career. So that was quite good. Yeah, and testicles.
I'm so sorry I've taken it to that place already, you guys.
I don't think anybody here is complaining about that. We're all having a good time. So Victoria, we actually have it uniquely where all three of them had some sort of costume. They were on costumed characters where they had other parts to them, whereas you played a robot. So
This is factually correct.
This is. So I want to know, how was it trying to be comic relief while still trying to maintain the movements of being a robot?
Well, in first takes, we actually... Are these different volumes? Hello. Hello. Yes. Oh my God.
Do you want to try this one? This is a nice one.
This is a press
You guys,
conference
I
now.
feel like a sports star. This is everything I ever dreamed of as a non-sporty kid who couldn't catch a ball. Okay, thanks, team. What was the question again? I've gotten so distracted.
I say, how was it when you had to try to maintain a robot and the rigidity and still try to be comic relief?
Yeah,
how
got
was that?
So for the first take that I did, I had this like pre-prepared, quite robotic movement, and the director just went, let's go less. And so we pivoted really quickly on that first take when I came out of the box, just because we thought there's going to be a bunch of things that she needs to do over the time, and her physical vocabulary has to be consistent. So we wanted to give her some more options along the track. We didn't know all of the episodes that were written, so that she could do some more slapsticky stuff later on, rather than being stuck in sort of a very mechanical zone. So that was the reasoning behind that.
Nice. Nice. Physical vocabulary, yeah.
It wasn't accidental. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one thing I got out of drama school. I can say words like that in a row.
Yes.
I'll use my own one, thanks.
No problem.
Now, Barney, you were not a robot. You were an alien in SPD. How was that trying to convey what you wanted to do with the whole prosthetic thing going on?
It was good. It was good timing because when I got the role of Piggy, I was heavily into physical comedy. Making live physical comedy shows. So me and my best friend, we were already sort of 3 years deep into making silent theatre shows, so very much homaging Buster Keaton, Laurel and Hardy, Chaplin, that era of slapstick, but with kind of like a Tim Burton aesthetic. And so I was used to using my body.
Okay.
And doing Piggy was like, the audition was cool because usually auditions are really boring, but this one was an alien, basically. So I could come up with whatever I wanted. So I came in with the voice and a certain physicality, and I think just because of what I was doing at the time, is doing heaps of physical comedy, I really nailed my audition. And then having the prosthetics on, it just felt like kind of like mask work, which is a thing you can study when you get into theatre. It's mainly about, how can you express without using facial expressions the way you normally think you can. So I figured out a way of being able to like squish Piggy's brow and do heaps of extreme like facial muscle things underneath, made the latex sort of move a little bit, and it was just super fun. And it was like, as I said, just the correct time in my life to be given a role like that, because that's what I was doing with my day job anyway.
Nice.
If you ever get a chance, see Barney and Trigby. It's amazing, amazing theatre. I've been lucky enough to see, I think 3 or 4 of your shows along the way, and every single time I leave, not only having laughed my ass off, but also somehow feeling just better about the world and more hopeful. It's great stuff.
I absolutely second that. It's like world-class performance.
Thank you, my friends. Appreciate that.
Someone write that down and put that on the back of the DVD box for the next release. So Kelson, you played multiple characters in costume. You were Phineas in Mystic Force, and then you were Norg in Operation Overdrive. So I'll modify it. Of the various roles, various get-ups you had. And of course, Jason Narvy is here, everybody.
The OG.
I'll deal with you later, okay? Just a moment. So which one of those do you feel was the most difficult in terms of the physicality?
Norg.
Norg?
Norg, yeah. Great fun. Loved the character. and got a lot of freedom when it came to like cracking the gags and things. But just the sheer physicality of it, I have a real understanding of what all the monster actors go through and the stunt actors go through, because it's relentless in those suits. So it's like, it was a fat suit with a fur suit that would drag over the top of it, then lederhosen, and then like the helmet, I would have to look out the mouth so he could be extra tall, and then there was like literally prosthetic eyes and eyebrow. Like, it had a lot of movement, but they all go, and so I'm there going, hey, I'm a really funny guy, I'm gonna riff off what people are saying, and just not being able to hear and see and be like, who, is it my line? Am I? Who's over there? So yeah, it was quite a tricky one. And the whole thing of sliding on the slide, I was like, this is awesome. They built a slide for me, and then found out that my ass was too big. That's really good since then. And so the actual effort of joyfully sliding on the slide was like, and right to the side, one buttock, sliding down, having a fun time. Yeah, so Norg was a lot of effort, but a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Jason.
What? Is it okay if I come in? I'd show up on time. This motherfucker, he's like, no, you gotta wait outside. Tracy's talking. When does she not? How many of you were stopped dead in your tracks because Tracy was talking? Show of hands. 1, back, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what I'm saying? It's the human condition. Life, death, Tracy talking. Thank you.
So what I wanted to ask you in particular, not that wasn't a great answer, because it was. So you kind of kicked this whole comic relief character thing off back in '93, you and Paulie.
I thought that was Tracy's job.
Okay, it's a true story. My wife sometimes will say something that I will bust up at so much, and then after she's done saying it, she'll just look at me like this. You realize that was your joke that you told me 2 years ago. You never laugh at my jokes. You just laugh at your own self. Damn narcissistic bastard.
And what do you tell her? That recycling is eco-friendly?
Yeah, yes I do. I say, let's separate the recycling. And she laughs and laughs. What?
Well, you're funny.
What's that?
You're funny.
You're good looking.